Hi, welcome. On this video, again, talking through some of the very challenging issues within the dog training world associated to this very popular idea of what training is by way of motivating dogs to respond, um, at the very beginning, hour one into a ongoing relationship problem and the issues that result by way again of a disconnected picture. I talk about disconnected picture, talking about dogs that are responding, they're doing the sit down, come and stay, and that how that picture is being sold as is to the public without any sort of context, without depth, without putting the picture to the test by way of asking some serious questions as to whether or not the perceptions of dogs are really changing at the level that represents that unwanted behavior issues are diminishing or not. And the answer is more often than not, they simply are not, again, based on how this idea is being applied. Now, one of again the challenging issues is this whole question about the role of influence, and again that influence is defined within the dog training world by balanced dog trainers. Certain terms you'll hear, such as correcting a dog, you'll hear that, discipline, punishment, physical force, and again, this plays into even certain dog training tools such as remote collars, prong collars, and so again, the big question is, okay, based on this idea, motivating dogs that way, are corrections even needed? I mean, that's really an ongoing debate that you see happening in the dog training world. Those who engage that way, and again, I encourage people to really pay attention, watch my videos. I talk about the parenting example, how that lines up almost exactly. If you were to do what the majority of these trainers are doing at the very beginning, the way that they're doing it, you should expect the same disconnected picture. How it is that people invest time and money into this idea only to discover once they go back in the real world, they're still dealing with a whole laundry list of ongoing behavioral issues. And again, very common for dogs to get the blame. Must be something wrong with the dog. Well, no, actually, there's something wrong with this idea and with how it's being applied. Now, again, the question goes in this issue, okay, based on that information, what is the role of influence? And again, this goes back to the example I used by way of my parenting example. Again, a good way to reconcile influence is thinking about parental influence. How is parental influence as a parent? How is that established by way of interacting with? Again, key up on that word interaction. Interaction based. This is what the system of training represents. By interacting with a child in meaningful ways, which the child comes into agreement with, motivated. Okay, motivation, right? Think about motivating, right? A response, but motivated in terms of relationship. This is the relationship side of things. Motivated to come into agreement with. So always think about the relationship side of things. Again, that's something that is totally disconnected in terms of dogs as social animals, relationship, dogs as pack animals, how that plays out that way in terms of again of diminishment of unwanted behavior by way of applying a certain idea. But again, influence is part of the equation through relationship. So again, it's parental influence. So again, if you go watch my videos, you'll see again based on specific interactions, okay, that dogs come into agreement with, okay, and influence how it intercepts, okay, through these interactions in a proactive way. So it's being proactive in such a way that it reduces the level of conflict through these interactions, and influence is part of the equation through this social connection, and it changes the perceptions of dogs the right way. So again, the question is, yes, influence is part of the equation, but not the way that balanced trainers present it. Again, offers confusion, more conflict, but again, just more challenges by way of what is the role by way again of this idea that even balanced dog trainers are in agreement with. So again, I encourage you to really think about what I'm saying. But again, in terms of the system of training being different and being separate and apart from this idea, it's what offers real hope for dogs and owners. Thanks for watching.